end of another preseason game as the Indiana Fever has taken down pretty easily the Atlanta Dream. The final score was 81 Fever, 76 Atlanta. Now, again, guys, in that first half, I felt like both teams didn't play very well. There was a lot of turnovers on both sides. And in general, it wasn't great basketball that we were watching, right? In that first half, we saw both teams rely pretty heavily on that three. Indiana was shooting around I believe around 30-something% of their shots in that first half was a 3-point shot. And for the Atlanta Dream, around 60% of their shots in that first half were 3-point shots. Now, to finish out this game, the Atlanta Dream end up shooting 68 field goals in this game. 68 field goals in this game. 40 of them were threes. That's 58% three-point baskets. And I talked about this at halftime. I'm going to say it again because to me, I think this is an epidemic that, epidemic, maybe that's the wrong word, but it needs to get solved. It really does. Because here's the deal. The best player on this team for the Atlanta Dream is Rhyne Howard. Rhyne Howard usually is going to shoot around 50% of her shots, roughly, are three-point shots. Like last year, roughly 50% of her shots were three-point shots. Today's game, she attempted 12 shots. 2 of 12, by the way, so she's not very good for a player of Rhyne Howard's stature. But of those 12 shots for Rhyne Howard, 11 of them were from the three. 11. It's a problem. All right? It is an absolute problem. Okay? This is the Atlanta Dream's best player. And there were times in this game where I felt like last year's version of Rhyne Howard would not have shot certain three-point shots that she took today. Like, I was like, man, I think last year if this was you would have drove to the basket. I'm just like, ugh, this is confusing. Like, what are you doing? I know Carl Semesko loves the three. I know he does. And his team shot so many threes. All right? When we look at the shots, again, guys, look at the team stats. So many threes, 40 threes, and you only made 30% of them. Right? You have to eventually start relying on what you got in the offseason, which is you got some new post players. And so there was way less of shots inside and way more of just three. Let it fly. If you have some daylight to see the rim, just shoot. That's what it felt like out there watching that game. 40 threes, guys. 58% of their shots were threes. And of those threes, they only made 30% of them. So that has to be figured out. So that aside, yes, Indiana did attempt a lot of threes. And yes, is 23 threes still a lot? Yeah, it's pretty high up there. But it's nowhere near as bad as 40. So I'm just saying, that has to get worked through. Anyway, let's talk to this game. Number one, the starters for Indiana were okay, right? We ended up seeing a change in the starting lineup. We saw Sophie Cunningham get the starting nod. However, Sophie Cunningham had to go out of the game. I forgot what half that was, if that was in the first half or the second half. But Sophie Cunningham was coming down. She was in the air, coming down. She ended up rolling her ankle on Rhyne Howard's foot. She went out of the game, was on the bench for a little while, and I believe she went to the locker room, but she did not return back to this game. So I hope that Sophie Cunningham is okay. Again, it looks like a rolled ankle, so hopefully it's not too bad. Maybe she's out for a day or so, but we'll see. We'll find out an update from the Indiana Fever. But Sophie Cunningham did go out of the game due to injury. We also did see an injury scare with Alisha Gray as well. Alisha Gray went out. She went down, was like holding her knee, ended up hobbling all the way to the locker room. She took off her glasses, and when she takes off her goggles, it's something serious. Anyway, she went to the locker room, ultimately ended up coming back, was on the bench for a little bit, and then she came back in the game, and she seemed to be fine for the rest of the game. So we'll see in the post-game conversation, like, what was going on with her. She finished the game, or at least she didn't finish the game because the starters were out, especially in that fourth quarter. But she, for the most part, played the minutes that she was going to play for the rest of this game, and so we'll kind of see what happens with her. It seemed like she was fine though, Alisha Gray. But her shooting was bad. Overall, shooting was just atrocious, right? Rhyne Howard was 2 of 12. Alisha Gray, 1 of 8. For the Atlanta Dream to be this close in this game, again, they only lose. They don't lose this game by much. They only lose by 5 points. And the fact that they only lose by 5 points, and your 2 best players combine for you combine for 3 of 20 from the field. Your 2 best players, that's what they combine for. And you only lose by 5, that's not bad. It's not bad, I'm just saying. Brittany Griner did not play very much. She barely played in this game. They're just resting her. From what I understand, no injury to worry about with Brittany Griner. She is just resting. All right. And Bree Jones, she was in that first half, she was actually pretty bad for Atlanta. And then in the second half, I thought we started to see Bree Jones make some moves. We started to see her play a whole lot better in that second half, so that was good to see. She ultimately finished the game with 11 points. Now let's go to the bench for the Atlanta Dream. Now, when we look at the bench, there's a lot of players who are fighting for a roster spot. Naz Hillman, I thought played pretty well. The player who I got to talk about, and I want to spend a little bit of time talking about, is Te-Hina Pao Pao. Tahina Paopao was excellent in this game. She just was. Like, the entire game, guys. Tahina Paopao, 5 of 6 from the field, 3 of 4 from the three-point line. She finished with 14 points in this game, and she looked good, guys. She looked good. She looked confident. It looked like Tahina Paopao was good to go. She was crazy confident. It looked like she was a vet out there. Like, it did not look like Tahina Paopao was just a rookie. She didn't play like a rookie. And the fact that she came in the game in that first quarter, again, as I said earlier, there's a good sign. It is a good sign when you see players play early in a game. Borderline players play early in the game. It means that clearly the coaches have confidence in them. And it's not a guarantee that just because you play in the first quarter, it's not a guarantee that you will make the squad. But it's very clear that Tahina Paopao will make the squad. And not only will she make the squad, Tahina Paopao will be one of the first players off the bench for this team this entire year. You can book it. You can book it. And if there's any injuries, we may even see Te-Hina in the starting lineup because she was that good today. So yeah, yes, of course. Still, she is 100% making this roster. But what I am saying is it's more than just that. This is someone who will be a 6th man for the Atlanta Dream. She's going to be that guard that Carl Semesko is going to put in the game, and he's going to say, hey, girl, do your thing. What do you want to do? You want to shoot a 3? Boom. We know you can do it. What you want to pass? We know you can do that. I loved it. I loved watching Te-Hina play in this game because she just looked confident. Pao Pao was super confident in this game. Super confident. I guarantee you, somewhere, it was Dawn Staley watching this game and was probably looking very proud of herself. Like, oh yeah, Pao, you better do your thing, girl. So yes, dog, man, Te-Hina was absolutely amazing. CC says Pao Pao gonna get 20 minutes a game. She might. She's gonna get closer to that. I think she's gonna be around that 15 17 minutes per game mark because she was great. Dog. So the best player on the court for the Atlanta Dream was not a starter. It was a bench player. It was Te-Hina Pao Pao. The best player on the court for the Atlanta Dream all throughout the game. All right, so 21 minutes for Te-Hina, 14 points. She was great. All right, other players who played a pretty good game for Atlanta, I would say Naz Hillman, Nia Coffey. She was missing a whole bunch of shots, but I think her spot is pretty solidified, kind of, not totally, but yeah, she's good. But the question mark is, what about everybody else? Taylor Theory, Ashley Jones, Haley Jones, Shyanne Sellers. Here's the thing, Shyanne Sellers, unfortunately for her, I think we may be seeing a notification sometime soon that says Shyanne Sellers is getting cut. Because yes, Shyanne Sellers was drafted to the Golden State Valkyries late. We thought that she was going to be a first-round pick. She was not a first-round pick. She was picked up by the Golden State Valkyries, and the Golden State Valkyries ended up cutting her. And I said it at the time. I was very shocked by it. Supposedly it wasn't because of the knee. It was just because she just wasn't the right fit for the team. And I was like, what in the world? But I was like, you know what? We're going to see her be on another team. And, we're going to see her get picked up by somebody else, and we're going to see what she can do. Here's the thing, guys. She got picked up by another team, the Atlanta Dream, and we saw what she could do, and what she could do was atrocious, guys. Dog, I don't know what to tell you. Like, she looked so bad. And here's the deal. I've watched a lot of Shyanne Sellers play. I've watched a whole lot of her playing at Maryland. I've seen a lot from Shyanne Sellers. But what I have not seen her play like she did today. Like, she was bad. One, she didn't go in the game in the first half, so that's always a bad sign if you're not in the game in the first half. She comes in the second half, and she it was I think it's the first time she touched the ball. She had a pretty good look for the three, and she just awkwardly had the ball, and it sounded like the crowd was like, shoot. She ended up passing it, but
Pao Pao, who was in double figures, one of 2-3 players.
She just looked awkward, like very, very awkward. Like, she didn't really know what she was doing out there, and that's not normal. Like, guys, like I've been watching Shyanne Sellers play. Mind you, this is the first time us seeing her play in the WNBA, but I've been watching her play at Maryland, and she's been really good. And supposedly, she said her knee is fine, and she was looking forward to proving to teams that her knee is fine. And that's what she was looking forward to doing with the Atlanta Dream. But maybe her knee is fine. Maybe she is fully healthy. Let's just say that's the case. She was bad today. Today was not an issue, in my opinion, of Shyanne Sellers' knee. Or is Shyanne Sellers healthy? To me, that wasn't the question. My question was, what in the world is Shyanne Sellers doing? You don't look confident at all. She played 10 minutes in this game. She just looked awkward out there. She didn't really know the plays. Now, mind you, she did just join the team, and so that could be something. But she it seemed like she didn't know what was going on. She didn't totally know the plays. If her shot looked awkward, she just didn't look like she belonged, which is just weird. It's very, very weird. So I don't know. Nicole says, is it possible the Valkyrie situation shook her confidence? Possibly, yeah. Anything is possible. I don't think she's making the team, y'all. I don't. I don't. The way she played today, unless she's completely different in practice, I don't think she's not making this team. She's not making this team, guys. In my opinion, we'll see. But I wouldn't be surprised if we see an announcement pretty soon, because that was that was bad. That was bad. Sir says, I would put her on a stability routine. She needs core strength and balance. Yeah, she just, and it's sad. It's sad, really. Molly says, Sellers didn't look good. I know her injury is healed, but no. She didn't look good. She did, yes. Again, she is new to this team. Yes, that's understandable. So some of that confusion she was used to learning the Valkyrie plays, and then she got cut, and then she got signed with the Atlanta Dream. So yes, that is a thing. But even with her not knowing the plays, I'm surprised at how awkward she looked. I was surprised. Okay, even with her not knowing the plays, because I think you could still look better out there, even if you don't know the plays. You can just go out there and hoop. But she didn't feel comfortable, and I get it, new environment and whatnot. But hey, you are fighting for a roster spot, and so I don't think she's making this team. I don't. We'll see. Ashley Jones was trying her best to try to make this right. I don't really think she even has a total chance, but we'll see. Haley Jones, there's a lot of question marks with this Atlanta Dream team. Where does Carl Semesco want to go? I think it's a lot of question marks. Anyway, that's the Atlanta Dream. That is the Atlanta Dream. Possibly that could be a thing with Shyanne. Could be a thing. All right, now let's go to the Indiana Fever. Let's go to the Indiana Fever. All right, so for the Indiana Fever, as I said earlier, DeWanna Bonner ended up coming off the bench, and she did not look good in this game. She didn't. She really didn't. She had a couple of plays where she looked pretty good, but overall, she didn't look great. She just had a bad game. I mean, it's DeWanna Bonner. She's fine. She's a great player. We all know how great of a player DeWanna Bonner is. Not a big deal about her not playing great. Bree Turner got a lot of minutes today. I think a lot of because Stephanie White really is trying to see what she can do. I think there's a slight battle between Bree Turner and Michaela Timpson. You know, there's a battle there, and we'll see who wins out. we will see who wins out. She did defend well. She did. Yeah. DeWanna Bonner did defend well. She did. Yep. Amara says, did you hear Atlanta might have picked up Bree Hall? Here's the deal. I don't believe it until I see the Atlanta Dream make an announcement about it. So I think some of that is just people who want Bree Hall to be on the Atlanta Dream. I don't believe it until I see it. So yeah. Anyway, let's continue on. Again, as I said, it's a big battle between Bree Turner, Michaela Timpson. Bree Turner she was okay. Like, you know, it depends on what you want. It really does depend on what Stephanie White wants in terms of like which one do you go for. I think that's a huge battle between Bree Turner and Timpson. We'll see. And then for Sydney Colson, she didn't play that great today, at all. But you know, I think her spot is pretty secure. I think Jaylen Brown was pretty good. I like Jaylen Brown. Remember, guys, there are two Jaylen Browns that both went to the same college. One plays in the NBA doesn't he still play for the Boston Celtics, I think? And then one plays in the WNBA with the Indiana Fever. So we'll see what happens. Lexi Hull played fantastic in this game. The second half was truly Lexi's playground. Like, she was doing a little bit of everything. She was really getting that mid-range game. Now, here's the thing. Let's see do they have it? Yeah, they got the chart. Okay, I just want to show the chart for Lexi Hull because I loved her mid-range game today. Look at this. She did not make a three today at all. This is on this side, on this right hand side. This is Lexi Hull's shot chart, and she did not make a three today. But look at this: free throw, mid range jumper, 2 shots right inside the free throw line, and you got 2 other shots at the rim. I loved her versatility in this game, and most of those shots was made in the second half. I think, you know, with the lineup that the Indiana Fever had, it was really all about Lexi Hull, and she showed up and showed out. Now was she playing against the bench players for the Atlanta Dream? Yes, but we all know what Lexi Hull can do. We've seen it, right? And the fact that yes, last year we saw a lot of Lexi with the threes and all that stuff, but the thing I really liked was her ability to show off her mid-range game. Now, here's the thing. This year, I am going to love the mid-range game because there's going to be so many players that's going to focus on the three. Players who focus on that mid-range, that's who I'm rooting for. That's who I'm rooting for this year. Because, again, look at this, guys. On the right-hand side, in red, you see all of the three-point attempts by the Atlanta Dream. It's crazy. Okay? It's crazy. All right, look at this. These are the made field goals for the Atlanta Dream. You see all the three-point shots. Okay? Now you look at made and missed. Oh, so many three-point shots. It's crazy. So many three-point shots. Okay? So yeah, too much reliance on that. We'll see what happens. The Fever still have a decision to make on what they want to do. The Atlanta Dream have several decisions they need to make. We'll ultimately see what happens from here. But yeah, good game. You know, I was thinking maybe Caitlin may get that double-double. She did not. But pretty good game, I would say. Again, I continue to like that back and forth connection between Caitlin and Aaliyah Boston. That pick and roll action is always just cool to see. And as the season goes on, we'll see that get better and better. Yeah, guys, that's that. You know, really good game overall. Well, not really. Rough game overall, to be honest with you. Was I entertained? Yes. Was this the greatest form of basketball? No, it wasn't. Because the Fever really should have dominated way more than they did. They played okay. In the regular season, like that's not gonna fly, you know. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Anyway, guys, I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much for rocking with me. The rise of the three is here. The rise of the three is here. And luckily for the Indiana Fever, they were able to make enough shots in the paint. 44 points in the paint compared to 22 for the Atlanta Dream. We'll see how 3-point shots continue on as the WNBA goes on. But it's a problem. I hope that teams don't just rely on the three, that they actually do more in the paint, facilitate that mid-range game. Like, there's so much more to the game of basketball than chucking up the three every single time down the court. So I'm just saying. Anyway, that's my thoughts there. What do y'all think? Let me know in the chat below. Thank y'all so much for rocking with me. Can I talk? And I will see y'all in a couple hours as we get ready to watch the Chicago Sky versus the Minnesota Lynx. All right, guys, I will see y'all in the next one. Until next time, guys. Bye.